Next fight we have is Joanne Calderwood versus Andrea Lee. A lot of people think that Joanne Calderwood is a live underdog um, at plus 185 or something. I don't hate that play. I'm not doing it myself. I don't necessarily think that she's going to win, unfortunately. Um, so Andrea Lee, let's talk about her for a little bit. She fought Veronica Macedo. I remember researching that fight when I was researching the Polyana Viana versus Veronica Macedo beauty pageant that opened up UFC New Jersey. I remember my wife and her Russian friend. My wife's Armenian, as you can tell by all the fancy stuff. Uh, and her Russian friend are very critical with women's looks. And I am hoping to get you guys a definitive ranking of all the women in MMA through the harshest foreign judges that I think we can compile. So hopefully, look for that next week. Anyways, uh, Andrea Lee used her wrestling because she had a size advantage in that fight, and she is a good wrestler for the 125-pound weight class. She's perfect size for this. She's strong. She is a very good wrestler, and she used her wrestling to win that fight. Her next fight, she fought Ashley Evans Smith, who was a very big girl at 135. She fought Veronica Macedo at 135 pounds. She's at 125 pounds now. So she had a massive weight cut. Big girl for the division. And Andrea Lee to me, it seemed like she decided that she wasn't going to use her wrestling because this girl's a 10th planet jiu-jitsu girl and she didn't want to be in her guard, which is a reasonable opinion, which tells me a lot of information about her game plan. And she was winning the fight on the feet. Very good punching, very good boxing in that fight. Good head movement, good boxing, and the Evans, what's her name, Evans Smith girl did wear out because she's a big weight cut. And in the second round, I think she got her down inside control, and Andrea Lee got up. Andrea Lee's good at getting up in jiu-jitsu. She wants to get up and strike, and awesome. Like I don't like when people stay in the guard and try to shoot for too many submissions because you're never winning if you're like in the guard. Like very few people could be winning in the guard. Maybe Tony Ferguson could win in the guard, but beyond that, probably some others or whatever. But it's not a good position to be in. So she got up versus Evan Smith, which is a great sign. But she clearly did not have the game plan of I'm going to wrestle this girl to the ground. And then she fought Montana De La Rosa, and really that's her. Really think that was her coming out party. Montana De La Rosa isn't bad, and she won that fight very convincingly to me. And this woman Andrea Lee has fantastic boxing. She has great head movement, and that's where she wants to stand up. Like she is recently into mixed martial arts. She didn't have like a jiu-jitsu gym as a 10-year-old, and she's growing up in that realm. She's a striker. That's what her bread and butter is. That's what she really wants to do. Now, Joanne Calderwood. Let me just look at her Tapology page here. So Joanne Calderwood fought Arlene Lipsky, and Arlene Lipsky came out with I think this is a case of not. This is a perfect case of not having the competition level of the UFC. So when you're used to it being easy in life or anything in life, this dynamic works for a lot of things. When things are easy, all of a sudden when you meet resistance, you don't know what to do. And I think that's exactly what happened to Arlene Lipsky in this fight. She was used to crushing people, and then all of a sudden she fought Joanne Calderwood, who wasn't going away. She's going to be in front of her for 3 rounds, and she folded. She came out in the first minute or something. She came out and unleashed a flurry, and then after that she broke because she realized this woman is not going away. And Joanne Calderwood won that fight in impressive fashion. What? Oh, okay. And then her next fight, she fought Caitlin Chokagian. Now, in this fight, she had a very determined game plan of that inside leg kick that I really want to see Dustin Poirier utilize. I don't think he can. But she came out and she hit her like 20 times in the leg. Now, Joe Rogan, anytime someone utilizes a leg kick, Joe Rogan is like over there like, woohoo, like the leg kicks, like evolved technique and whatever. I don't really think these did much. This isn't Ensign Barbosa kicking. She was kind of just tapping the leg, and like anytime you have a fair-skinned person, like you're gonna show like just because there's redness there doesn't mean it's gonna necessarily affect the movement, um, or someone's like viability to fighting. Like, but anyway, she did kick the leg, and she did kick the leg. In the second round, she ended up on top of Trakagian, and she kind of did nothing but take elbows. At some point in my researching this fighter, she is good off her back. I forget where, but I made the note to that she is good off her back with her jiu-jitsu. I don't know if it was in this fight. This was a close fight. Caitlin Chukagian could have lost the fight, but she had more power in her hands, and the judges kind of appreciated the power and the strikes that seemed like they hurt, and they weren't wrong. She has strong, but the thing I took out of this fight was Joanne Calderwood was up against a, I'd say a superior fighter, and she was there till the end, and she was doing whatever the heck they were doing at the end of the third round. They were like, like what are they calling, like profiling or just like doing this or whatever. It was a very close fight. Like, what are you doing? Like, fight. But what I took from that is Joanne Calderwood is a gamer. She will be in this fight for 3 rounds. And if Andrea Lee doesn't come to fight, she will lose this fight. But I forget where, but somewhere along the lines I made a notation that this girl is good off her back. And I don't think Andrea Lee is going to use her wrestling to take this fight to the ground. I don't think that's going to be in her game plan because that's not what she naturally wants to do. She naturally wants to stand up and box, and she does have a 4-inch reach advantage. And I think Calderwood doesn't have the wrestling to take the fight to the ground. And I think you're going to look at a kickboxing match for 3 rounds, and you're going to see Andrea Lee win a decision because I don't think Calderwood's going away. I think that Chokagian girl is very powerful, and Calderwood went 3 rounds with her, and Andrea Lee is going to outbox her for a 3-round decision. It's not a good bet if you can get plus odds on that.